feels amazing. I love doing stand-up comedy, okay? I love it so much. I love everything about doing stand-up comedy. I like the bad parts of doing stand-up. I like staying in the worst hotels I've ever seen in my entire life. Your Days Inns, okay? Your Quality Inns. Anybody familiar? No? All rich as hell? Okay, cool. That's good. Have you ever walked into a Quality Inn and you're just like, honestly, I would have gone for quantity at this point. You guys really messed up the quality part, if I'm being honest. I stayed at a Days Inn in Southwest Arkansas recently, not to flex on you guys. Do not want to brag. That had a loofah in the shower. How do we feel about that? Would you use a Days Inn loofah? No. Okay. So I didn't think that I would either. It was a long day on the road. I was feeling grimy. I used it, okay? I exfoliated. It was like 6 or 7 minutes. I washed myself like a woman in a movie who was trying to forget a memory. Do you know what I mean? It was deep. It was severe. The next day I went to check out and the guy was like, how was your stay? I was like, I really like the loofah. I think it's a nice touch. And he, of course, said, what loofah? I loved being in the South, though I'm from the South. Like Iliza said, I'm from Nashville. I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. My first working years of my life, from the time I was 15 until I was 47 years old, I worked at a water park in Nashville, Tennessee called Nashville Shores Water Park. It's the home of water, sun, and family fun. If you haven't heard about it. I learned a lot of very important lessons from working at a water park. I do want to share some of them with you now. Okay, number one, there is no right or wrong response to being called a bitch by a guy who is both soaking wet and eating a corn dog. Okay, that's not even a real person. Gloves are off, okay? You can say whatever you want to that guy. Number two, if you're ever checking bags at a water park and you find a big old bag of weed, you just get to have that now. That's just yours. There's no step two. Just get high, you know? Have a great summer. Hags, girl. Hags it up. Number three, and I think maybe most importantly, if you think that someone might be a little bit too fat to fit into an enclosed water slide, it is cool if you just let them figure that out on their own, okay? Do not call them out. They'll call you a bitch while they eat a corn dog. They do it every time. Literally every time. I will never forget the day at that job that my boss told me to be sure to confiscate any guns that I found. He said, be sure to snatch up any handguns you find. I am still laughing thinking about what teenager making $6.25 an hour is taking a handgun from the kind of guy that brings a gun to a water park, okay? Can you imagine trying to take a gun from a water park guy and it like going well? Just be like, sir, I'm gonna have to confiscate that. He's just like, oh my God. Egg on my face. I didn't read the rules. Of course. No, he's gonna shoot you, okay? Been trying to get hot again lately. We all relate to that. Back in the world trying to get hot, just chasing that dragon, you know what I mean? It never happens. I've been talking to my girlfriends about it. All my girlfriends talk to me about getting like hit on at the gym. They all get like leered at and hit on at the gym. Never happened to me once in my entire life, all right? Don't fucking laugh that hard, okay. I don't think I'm what gym guys have in mind, you know? I think they see a girl with like a high ponytail and a good butt doing squats and they're just like, oh yeah. That's the stuff daddy likes or whatever. I don't know what the vernacular is in 2021. Is it still daddy-likey? That feels outdated. And then they see me sweating on a treadmill, and they're just like, well, you know, good for her. Good for her. She's making some changes. Can all agree it was time. I love talking to my fit friends when I start exercising because they give the dumbest advice I've ever heard in my entire life. I was talking to like a buff guy friend of mine recently, and he goes, Laura, you know, a lot of women, when they start working out, they're afraid that they're gonna get too muscular. He goes, I wouldn't worry about that if I was you. I was like, yeah, no shit, okay? I wasn't going to. I've got a lot of weird fears. Accidentally getting ripped, never been at the top of my list. Just wake up one day like, what am I gonna do with these washboard abs? I look like an idiot. Everybody's gonna make fun of my perfect perfect little ass. Absolutely has never happened. This same man in conversation with me said what I think has to be the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. He said, Laura, I am so jealous that women get to look so beautiful when they orgasm. I was like, my guy, those ladies they're not coming. They simply aren't, okay? I look insane when I have an orgasm. I look like your dad trying to start a very old lawnmower, you know? Let's get some friction on it, you know? I look like one of those videos of a super jacked lady trying to squash a watermelon between her thighs. It's like intense concentration, one beat of like anime sweat coming down. And then just Gallagher, you know what I mean? Watch out, front row. She knew what she was getting into. Splash zone for the evening. I started taking an antidepressant during the pandemic. Yeah, thank you. Two people who quietly care about my mental health. Started taking an antidepressant. It's worked so well for me. If you feel like you need to do it, okay, please do. It's working very well. It is, however, messing with my stomach in a way that I cannot even describe to you. I went to my doctor to tell her about it, and she said to me, and I quote, "Diarrhea is a small price to pay for happiness." I was like, is that from something? Is that a poem? That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. You're an artist. She told me that it might affect my sex drive. She said it might lower my sex drive to start taking an antidepressant. Not true at all, okay? Hornier than I've ever been in my entire life. Turns out nothing makes me hornier than not wanting to kill myself. Who knew? I'm horny for life again, you know? Who is that a deal breaker for? Who is not taking an antidepressant that they really need because they might be a little bit less turned on? Just like, yeah, I can't sleep, I can't eat, and I can't get out of bed. I just love how horny I am now. It's definitely not weird that I'm this horny under these circumstances right now. Why don't you kick those empty pizza boxes out of the way, lay down in this clean clothes pile on my bed, and make love to me before I kill myself? Speaking of being insanely horny, does anyone in this room like 269? I look over, she's just actively doing it right now. Just like, I like it, okay. I do not like it, okay? I've never liked it, mostly because guys always make me be on the bottom. It's just kind of uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Our safe word is just